Hi everyone, my name is Tina and I'm one of your educators on this free online course, English for the Workplace. And I'm today with Sally, my colleague.
Hi Tina, how are you?
I'm good, and she's also a fellow educator on the course with us. I'm fine. It's a little bit hot here in Italy. Is it hot with you?
It's very hot, yeah, very hot. A bit too hot, I think. But is it going to rain there, did you say?
Well, I thought there was going to be a storm, but it seems to have moved again. So hopefully we won't get it during this broadcast with a bit of luck. Otherwise, electricity could go off.
Okay, let's make this go quickly then. Tina, tell me about your highlights from the course so far.
Okay, well, so we're on week 3 now, the course. And for me, I think basically I've really enjoyed the Facebook Lives, where we've had loads of comments from the course, but also from people on Facebook where they've joined us on the Learn English website, sorry, not website, Facebook page. I just really like them, and it gives us a chance to feel like we're actually in a room with people. I don't know, I love them. Anyway, what about you?
No, me too. It's almost like a sort of face-to-face thing, isn't it? Like you might get in a classroom. My favourite thing really is the sort of the fact that so many people on the course from so many different countries, and everybody's learning together and sharing their ideas and sharing their experiences. For me, that's fantastic. Were you
okay? So, oh no, I was just going to say. So for week 3, we've been looking at getting a job offer, your first jobs. Also about the positions and everything in the companies and rules and regulations. It was really interesting on the first step where everyone got to tell us about their first jobs. What was your first job, Sal? Can you remember?
Yeah, I can. My first job was when I was about 16. It was a part-time job, and it was working in a greengrocer, so it was selling fruit and vegetables, and it was fantastic because I got to earn some extra money. What about you?
And you did tell me earlier, though, didn't you have problems with one vegetable? What did you have problems with?
Well, 2 vegetables actually. Yeah, onions, because I couldn't tell the difference. There were 2 different types of onions, and I couldn't tell the difference between them. So that was quite difficult for me.
For me, similar to you, I had a Saturday job and worked in a clothes shop. Don't really remember much about it. It was many moons ago, but it was great to earn a little bit of money on a Saturday when I was at school. So
Okay, fantastic.
So for in the first step, many of you talked about what it was like for your first day at work, ranging on different types of feelings. The most prominent one was your nerves, being a little bit nervous, but some of you were excited, really looking forward to it. Some of you dreading it. But thank you very much for sharing your feelings with us. It's good to read, as it's very different for these sort of things. It's very different across the world, isn't it, Sal? Really?
That's right. Yeah. Were you going to talk about, there was lots of things about vocabulary this week, weren't there?
Yes, there was. And one of the things that you seem to have a problem, it's in 3.3. Some of you, we had a list of vocabulary that for you to get to know, and you had a problem, or the main problem that sort of came about was, what was it again, Sal, the phrase?
The expression, to hand in your notice. To hand in your notice.
That was right.
Tina, did you... Go on.
No, I was just going to tell you about a comment from Evelyn who gave us a very good description of what it meant. So we'll leave a link to that. So do read it if you're unsure of what it means. And I know what you're going to ask me, so I'm going to throw it back at you. Have you ever handed in your notice,
Sally? I'm sure I have handed in my notice for a job, but I can't actually remember a time that I've done that, because I have been working at the British Council for a long time. So I can't remember, but I'm sure I did. Okay. Did you have to hand in your notice from the job in the dress shop?
In the dress shop, I don't remember, but I have handed in my notice, but normally for the reason that I've been leaving the country. So I used to work in Hong Kong and I left to come to Italy, so things like that. So not for any other reasons. Basically, just that sort of thing, just handing a notice in.
Okay.
What else have we been doing this week, Sal?
Business acronyms. That's quite a hard word to say, isn't it? Anyway, I think it is. I think I said it correctly. There's a very comprehensive list of business acronyms from Vigenda, and that's on step can't remember what number step it is, but we'll put a link to the comment here and you can have a look at that one. And there's another
3.3. Just had a quick look. 3.3.
Okay, all right, thank you. And what else? We talked about Facebook Live.
We had one this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And with David, Jenny, and also Neil. We had a few problems. David had a few problems. He was in a different place and he was in the office or at school. And so apologies for that, but it was still a good session. We shared lots of ideas and links, and I hope you found it useful. We've left a recording for it, haven't we, Sal? Do you remember where it is?
Yeah, it's on step 3 point something, and we'll put a link.
3.2.
Sorry, I can't remember the numbers of all the steps. I can remember what's there, but not the actual numbers. Yes.
Okay, so anyway, we'll leave a link, won't we? So you can check it out and check out the links. Sorry, I'm not cutting you short, honestly, Sal.
No, we're trying to do this quickly, aren't we? Because we've got a tendency to talk too much on video.
Yes.
Well, another thing that I wanted to mention was a really nice comment from Anisas actually on step 3.15, and that's about rules and regulations. And I say it's a nice comment because it generated lots of discussion. So it'd be really good if you want to have a look at that and join in with the discussion there and tell us what you think.
And that's a great way of improving your English, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic.
Joining in the conversations is a key thing to these courses, is joining in.
Exactly. You get to practice your reading and you get to practice your writing and communicate in English, which is what it's all about. Okay, what next, Tina? What's coming up next week?
Well, next week is the last week of the course. We have another Facebook Live coming up, and this time Sally will be starring in it. Unfortunately, Jenny can't join us. So we do have that. So remember to check that out, which I believe is on Friday, 2 p.m. UK time. We'll also be sharing ideas of how you can keep in contact with us, because it is the last week of the course. What are we doing in the last week of the course, Sal?
The last week, it's all about working with people, and it's about the language that you need for working with people. So meeting new colleagues, dealing with problems, giving advice, and praise and accepting praise and things like that. You know what I was going to ask you, Tina, before, and I forgot? We talked about rules and regulations, but you and I both work a lot from home, don't we? So do you have any kind of rules and regulations that you need to stick to?
I don't tend to see people, so I work solely online. So my form of communication is on Skype. So I'm quite lucky that I don't have to dress up for the office, as my office is downstairs in my house. One thing a lot of people ask me is how do I make sure I start work on time? But in fact, you just get into a routine, and I do Monday to Fridays, and I start at 9 o'clock. So it's up to you, but it just becomes the norm, truthfully. So I don't have anything like that. No rules or regulations. What about you?
No, I'm pretty much the same. Well, I work part of the time in the office and part of the time at home. So when I'm in the office, I stick to the rules and regulations there. Yeah, but I think it's more about, for me, when I'm working from home, it's more about rules for me, telling myself that I must stop work, or I have to stop work at a certain time, things like that.
Definitely. Or eat. Forget to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Talking of which, we have to stop talking now, I think, because we're coming.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So that's goodbye from me, and good luck to you, those who either starting a new job, have a job interview, and I do hope the resources that we've shared so far on the course have helped you. So goodbye from me, and
goodbye from me. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.